My name is Aisha. I am 24 years old. I live in a small town with my family. My family is simple. My father is a teacher. My mother is a housewife. I have one younger sister. Her name is Sarah. She is 20 years old. Sarah is very beautiful. She has long black hair. She has big brown eyes. Her smile is sweet. Everyone likes Sarah. I am not so beautiful. I am simple. My hair is short. My eyes are normal. I never cared about looks. I always thought love is not about beauty. Love is about heart. But life was going to teach me a lesson. A painful lesson. One day my mother called me. Aisha, she said, we have a proposal for you. My heart started beating fast. A proposal? For me? Yes, Aisha, my mother said with a smile. A family friend called. Their son is looking for a wife. He is a good man. His name is Imran. He has a job in the city. He is 30 years old. He is responsible. We think he is perfect for you. I looked at my mother. Are you serious? I asked. Yes, she said. Tomorrow they are coming to see you. I was nervous. Very nervous. I never thought about marriage. But now, it was real. Someone was coming to see me. The next day, I dressed simply. I wore a light blue dress. I tied my hair back. I wanted to look neat. I wanted to look respectful. Sarah also dressed up. She wore a red dress. She looked like a doll. She smiled in the mirror. You are looking nice, Sarah said to me. I smiled back, but inside I felt small. I knew she was the beautiful one. Everyone always looked at her. In the evening, Imran and his mother came. Imran was tall. He had sharp eyes. He looked serious, but kind. My heart beat faster when I saw him. He was handsome. He looked like the man I always imagined. My parents welcomed them. We sat in the living room. Imran's mother asked me questions. What do you do, Aisha? I said, I help my mother at home. I also give small tuitions to children. She nodded and smiled. Then she looked at Sarah. And you, dear? She asked. Sarah laughed. I am still studying. I love fashion. I love makeup. I want to be a model. Imran's eyes turned to her. He listened carefully. He smiled at her words. My heart felt heavy. Why was he looking at Sarah? He came to see me, not her. When they left, my mother was happy. They liked you, Aisha, she said. I think this will be good. But I was not sure. I saw how Imran looked at Sarah. That look was not for me. It was for her. That night, I could not sleep. I kept thinking. Will he choose me? Or, will he choose my sister? I was ready to start a new life with Imran. But I did not know. My biggest pain was waiting for me. Because the man I was going to marry would soon break my heart. The next week, Imran's family came again. This time, they brought sweets. They brought gifts. It was clear. They wanted this marriage. My parents were very happy. My mother hugged me. She said, Aisha, you are lucky. Imran is a good man. He will take care of you. I smiled. But inside, I was nervous. I still remembered how he looked at Sarah. The engagement was small. Just family and close friends. Imran put a ring on my finger. Everyone clapped. Everyone smiled. I looked at him shyly. He looked at me. But only for a second. Then his eyes moved. They moved toward Sarah. My heart broke a little. Why, Imran? Why her? After the engagement, we started talking on the phone. At first, I was happy. He was polite. He asked about my day. He asked about my family. But he never asked about me. He never wanted to know my dreams. He never wanted to know my feelings. One evening, I asked him, Imran, why did you choose me? He was silent. Then he said, because my mother liked you. That answer hurt me. I wanted him to say, because I like you, Aisha. But he didn't. Sarah was always around. She would laugh. She would joke. Imran liked to listen to her. He laughed at her jokes. He looked at her with shining eyes. And me? I was just there. Silent. Invisible. One day, I went to the kitchen. I heard voices. I stopped. It was Sarah and Imran. Sarah said, you know, Aisha is too serious. She doesn't laugh much. Imran laughed softly. Yes, I noticed. Sarah giggled. You need someone lively, Imran. Someone who can make you happy. Imran said nothing. But his silence spoke. I felt tears in my eyes. I ran to my room. I cried all night. The wedding date was fixed. It was only 2 months away. Everyone was excited. Everyone was busy. But I was scared. Very scared. Was I marrying a man who loved my sister? On the day of our Mendi, pre-wedding function, something happened. Imran was sitting with the guests. Sarah danced with her friends. She looked beautiful. Her red dress shined. Her hair moved as she danced. I looked at Imran. His eyes were not on me. They were on her. Always on her. I clenched my fists. My heart screamed. But I stayed quiet. I thought marriage would bring me happiness. But deep inside, I knew the truth. I was walking into a storm. A storm called Sarah. The wedding day arrived. The house was full of noise. Relatives were busy. Children were running. Music was playing. I sat in my bridal dress. A heavy red dress. Gold jewelry on my hands. A veil on my head. Everyone said, Aisha, you look so beautiful. I smiled, but my heart was heavy. I wanted to believe them. But I knew the truth. Beauty was Sarah's gift, not mine. Imran entered the hall. He looked handsome in his sherwani. Guests clapped. Drums played. I looked at him shyly. But again. His eyes searched for Sarah. And when he saw her, his face lit up. He smiled in a way he never smiled at me. Tears burned in my eyes. But I hid them. It was my wedding day. I had to be strong. The rituals began. He sat beside me. The Qazi read the Nikah. We both said, Qubul Hai, I accept. We were husband and wife now. People cheered. Relatives hugged us. Sweets were shared. But deep inside me, I felt something was wrong. Very wrong. That night, when we were alone, I waited for his words. I wanted him to say, you are mine now, Aisha. I will love you. But he was quiet. He looked tired. He said only, rest, Aisha. It was a long day. Then he turned away. And slept. I lay there. Silent. Tears rolled down my face. This was not how I dreamed my wedding night. Days turned into weeks. I cooked for him. I cleaned the house. I tried to make him happy. He was polite. But distant. He treated me with respect. But not with love. Every time Sarah visited, His face changed. He laughed more. He talked more. He looked alive. With me? He was quiet. Cold. One evening, Sarah came over. She was wearing a yellow dress. Her laughter filled the room. Imran kept watching her. His eyes followed her everywhere. I served tea. But he did not even look at me. His whole world was only Sarah. My chest hurt. I wanted to scream. But I stayed silent. That night, I asked him, "Imran, do you love me?" He was shocked. He looked at me for a long time. Then he whispered, "You are my wife, Aisha. I respect you." Respect? I repeated. Not love? He said nothing. His silence was the answer. I had the title of a wife. But not the love of a husband. And soon, the truth would break me completely. Weeks passed. I tried everything. I cooked his favorite food. I dressed nicely. I spoke softly. But nothing worked. He stayed distant. Like a stranger living in the same house. The only time he came alive was when Sarah was around. One Sunday, Sarah came to visit. She was excited. She had a new phone. She showed it to Imran. He laughed. He asked her questions. They talked for hours. I sat there. Silent. Invisible. Like a shadow in my own home. That night, I couldn't take it anymore. I looked at Imran and said, "Imran, tell me the truth. Do you love Sarah?" His face froze. He looked away. I repeated louder. "Answer me, Imran. Do you love my sister?" He closed his eyes. And whispered, "Yes." My world crashed. The walls around me fell. I felt my heart stop. "Yes," he said again. "I love Sarah. I loved her from the first day I saw her." Tears rolled down my face. "Then why did you marry me?" I cried. He said slowly, "Because my mother chose you. Because Sarah was too young. Because it was easier." Easier? I shouted. "Do you know what you did to me? You destroyed me, Imran. You turned my marriage into a lie." I couldn't breathe. I ran to my room. I locked the door. I cried into my pillow. My whole life felt like a joke. My husband loved my sister. Not me. Never me. The next day, I avoided him. I didn't talk. I didn't cook. I didn't smile. He tried to speak. "Aisha, listen." But I raised my hand. "No, Imran. Enough. You broke me. I don't want excuses." Sarah visited again. This time, I looked at her differently. Was she innocent? Or did she know? I watched her laugh with Imran. I watched his eyes follow her. And I felt the fire inside me. That night, I confronted Sarah. In my room, I asked, "Sarah, do you know Imran loves you?" She looked shocked. Her smile disappeared. She whispered, "Yes. I know." My legs trembled. "You knew? And you still came here? You still laughed with him?" She looked down. "Aapi, sister, I never wanted this. But he keeps looking at me." I tried to ignore it. I grabbed her shoulders. "You should have told me. You should have stayed away." She started crying. "I'm sorry, Aapi. I never wanted to hurt you. But the damage was already done." Now I knew the truth. Imran loved Sarah. Sarah knew it too. And I was standing alone. Between a husband and a sister who were never mine. After that night, nothing was the same. I stopped smiling. I stopped talking. I was just breathing, not living. Imran still tried to act normal. He came home. He ate dinner. He asked me small questions. But I could see it in his eyes. His mind was somewhere else. His heart was with Sarah. One evening, I overheard him on the phone. His voice was soft. Gentle. Full of love. "Did you eat, Sarah?" he asked. "Take care of yourself. I worry about you." My hands turned cold. My ears rang. My husband was calling my sister. Behind my back. I dropped the tray I was holding. The sound of the dishes crashing made him jump. He turned around. His face went pale. "Aisha," he started. I raised my hand. "Don't say a word." Tears streamed down my face. "I am your wife, Imran. But your love is with my sister. What am I to you? A joke? A burden?" He looked down. Silent. Guilty. The next day, I went to my mother. I wanted to tell her everything. But when I saw her happy face, I stopped. She was smiling, busy in the kitchen. She said, "Aisha, you are lucky. Imran is such a good man. He cares for you." I swallowed my pain. How could I break her heart? How could I tell her the truth? I went back home. But my chest was burning. I couldn't keep this secret forever. That night, I finally asked Imran, "Do you want to leave me?" He looked shocked. "What?" I repeated. "Tell me honestly, Imran. Do you want a divorce? Do you want to marry Sarah?" He held his head in his hands. "I don't know, Aisha. My heart, it belongs to Sarah. But you are my wife. I can't leave you." His words cut me like a knife. He wanted both. But I was not ready to share. I whispered, "You can't keep us both. You must choose. Me, or her." Days passed with silence. Cold silence. We ate in silence. We slept in silence. We lived like strangers. But deep inside, I knew. He had already chosen. He chose her the moment his eyes first met hers. One afternoon, I found something on his desk. A small gift box. With a note. For Sarah. From Imran. My hands shook. I opened the box. Inside was a silver bracelet. Shiny, beautiful. Not for me. Never for me. My heart shattered into pieces. I dropped the box and fell to the floor. I cried until no tears were left. That night, when he came home, I showed him the box. His face turned pale. "You were going to give this to Sarah?" I asked in a broken voice. He said nothing. His silence was louder than a scream. I whispered, "It's over, Imran. You have chosen. And you didn't choose me." I was no longer his wife in his heart. I was just a name on paper. And now, I had to make the hardest choice of my life. That night, after seeing the gift, I sat alone in my room. I stared at the wall. My heart was broken, but my mind was clear. I had only two choices. Stay with a man who didn't love me. Or walk away, and save my dignity. In the morning, I packed my bag. A few clothes. Some books. My wedding jewelry. Imran saw me. His face turned white. "Aisha, what are you doing?" I looked at him with tired eyes. "I am leaving." He stepped closer. "No, don't. Please." I shook my head. "You don't love me, Imran. You love Sarah. I can't live in a marriage without love. I am not a shadow. I am not a placeholder. I am a woman, and I deserve love. Tears filled his eyes. He whispered, I never wanted to hurt you. I replied, but you did. Every day. With every look, with every silence, with every smile you gave Sarah. You hurt me more than words can describe. He held his head. He cried softly. But it was too late. I went to my parents' house. My mother was shocked. She asked, Aisha, what happened? This time, I told her everything. Every detail. Every pain. She hugged me tightly. She cried with me. My poor daughter, she said. You don't deserve this. My father was silent. Then he said firmly. You will not go back to him, Aisha. Your respect is more important than society. We will stand by you. For the first time in months. I felt safe. Days turned into weeks. I stayed with my parents. Imran tried to call. He tried to visit. But I refused to see him. Sarah was broken too. She stopped visiting us. She cried often. She said, Aapi, forgive me. I never wanted this. I looked at her. She was still my sister. Blood is blood. I forgave her, but the wound was still deep. One day, I signed the divorce papers. My hand trembled. But my heart felt light. I was free. Free from lies. Free from pain. Months later, I stood in front of the mirror. I looked at myself. For the first time, I saw not a weak woman, but a strong one. I said softly, my name is Aisha. I was broken. But I rose again. My husband chose my sister. But I chose myself. And that choice saved me. Sometimes, love doesn't come from others. Sometimes, love begins when you decide to respect yourself.